Japan, land of the rising crowds? Well, if you're heading to Japan, these latest updates with essential information will help you get ahead of the crowds and help you plan your perfect Japan trip. So, why should you trust me? Well, I've been traveling to Japan as a tourist for the last 10 years. I make content for tourists planning the trip to Japan as a tourist. So grab a pen, take note, subscribe to help the channel grow, and let's see what changes are ahead of you, lucky tourists heading to Japan. There's something so special about traveling on Japan's Shinkansen bullet train network. For me, the first time I traveled on these high-speed trains, it wasn't the speed that impressed me, but rather the extensive network and the frequency of the trains that sort of made me think of it like a supercharged nationwide subway system. I'm still a firm believer that traveling by train in Japan is one of those things you simply must experience. There isn't anything like it anywhere else, which is why I'm always excited to report on updates to rail travel in Japan. Shinkansen bullet train dynamic pricing is happening. Well, Kyushu's bullet trains have introduced dynamic pricing, and this is what tourists need to know. Starting July the 1st, 2024, some Kyushu Shinkansen services will adopt dynamic pricing for advance tickets, making them the first bullet trains in Japan to do so. But what is dynamic pricing? Dynamic pricing adjusts ticket prices based on factors such as demand and the timing of the purchase. This means that prices can fluctuate, offering potential savings for those who book early or during less busy times. A practice that can be seen across many other industries, including flights and hotels. Did you know that Japan has been experimenting with dynamic pricing vending machines? Well, this upcoming change will apply to Shinkansen bullet trains running between Hakata Station in Fukuoka and Kumamoto Station. This is the most popular bullet train service in the region, connecting Hakata and Kumamoto in as little as 32 minutes. Tickets will be priced 4,200 yen, 3,800 yen and 3,400 yen depending on demand and purchasing timing. This could mean flexibility and savings, especially for those planning ahead of time. Although there are currently no plans to extend dynamic pricing to other sections of the Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen line connecting Nagasaki and Takeo Onsen Station in Saga prefectures, I think that this might be the start of more dynamic pricing in the future. It's easy to see how this could easily be extended. Japan is building another anti-tourist fence to block the view of Mount Fuji. It's happening again. Already making worldwide headlines in Kawaguchiko for erecting a fence to block the view of Mount Fuji and the famous Lawson convenience store, which by the way has been riddled with problems like holes and has actually been made more robust and taller, but that's old news, right? Well, in response to local complaints about unruly tourists, a tall metal fence will be built at a popular Mount Fuji photo spot as a result of alleged foreign visitors venturing onto the road at Mount Fuji Dream Bridge. This ordinary overpass has apparently seen tourists jaywalking to reach a vacant area between the traffic lanes, posing safety risks. A tourism official in Fuji City in Shizuoka Prefecture stated that temporary measures including a low metal scaffolding and warning signs had already been implemented, and that the next step involves erecting a 1.8 meter high metal fence by the end of June to stop this behavior. However, in a breath of fresh air, thank goodness, there is actually a common sense suggestion to create a designated sightseeing course to promote safer and more considerate tourism. The city had previously even set up a parking area and bathroom facilities at the bridge, and I personally think that this is the way forward. It's proactive and shows a much more welcoming response compared to Kawaguchiko's restrictions. What are your thoughts? The new Kyoto tourism bus service to combat over-tourism might change the way you travel around Kyoto, and I am no stranger to Kyoto, having visited as a tourist over 10 times, and I've personally seen the city go from few and manageable tourists on my first trip in 2014 to very crowded conditions in the last 2 years. And my personal opinion is that this city is still worth the visit even with the crowds. You just need to set your expectations differently and plan accordingly. In previous updates, I had mentioned that Kyoto was looking to introduce a new sightseeing limited express bus service from Kyoto Station to key tourist spots as part of its efforts to tackle over-tourism and ease congestions on local bus lines. This initiative is now live and features 2 routes. One from Kyoto Station to Kinkakuji Temple via Gyozaka near Kiyomizu-dera Temple, the Gion District and Heian Jingu Shrine, and the other directly to Gojozaka. with services available on weekends and holidays, including New Year's holidays. This comes at a 500 yen fare, which is more than double the usual 230 yen fare, and the subway and bus one-day pass will also be accepted. In my opinion, this is a great way to get to some of the main areas in Kyoto, and they do offer direct and efficient travel, which is a win for tourists. However, you might still want to get ahead of the tourist crowds by arriving extra early, even before the bus service starts. On a side note, if you've been following my channel for some time, then you'll know that my number one tip is to have a data connection. It's vital for navigating around Tokyo and Japan, translating on the go, and even booking tickets whilst you're sightseeing. So a great way to support the channel is to use my affiliate link or the QR code for Sakura Mobile for your data or eSIM or pocket Wi-Fi. You'll receive a great product trusted by the Ninja Monkey community, and I'll receive a small commission at no additional cost. Okay, back to the video. Okay, where is it? I think it's this one here. Okay, there it is. You might have seen what could potentially be the ultimate Japan souvenir and proof of having climbed Mount Fuji, a wooden stick that can be stamped at each station that you climb. And I remember when climbing Mount Fuji and getting that last stamp at the top of the mountain as one of the most rewarding experiences from any of my Japan trips. So I totally recommend this really special memento if you get the chance. But there's a new Mount Fuji souvenir for you keen adventurous travelers. Starting on July the 1st, 2024, Yamanashi Prefecture is introducing a wristband at the 5th station gate. This comes as a pre-booking program for Mount Fuji climbers comes into effect. I don't know about you, but now I really want to climb Mount Fuji again just so that I can get that wristband. Anyone who travels to Japan will know that currently most rail travel will require a physical IC card such as a Suica or a Pasmo card, a digital IC card which is mostly only available for Apple devices, or a paper ticket. But this is about to change. QR code train tickets will be introduced in some lines by March 2027 and could mean a revolution for rail travel. Traditional magnetic paper train tickets will be replaced with a QR code ticket. This change is led by JR East and 7 other railway operators and aims to make travel more efficient and eco-friendly. These changes will mean easy scanning of your QR code ticket at the gate, no more inserting physical tickets. Hopefully faster gates with reduced congestion and fewer ticket jams. Currently, these future changes will come to JR East and even other railway operators and will include key lines like the Tokyo Monorail to Haneda Airport and the Keisei Skyliner to Narita Airport, making your travel smoother and greener for tourists. I personally love using my digital Suica card to tap and pay for everything from vending machine drinks to restaurant meals and even gacha machines, but I know that there's been issues for Android users, and I really look forward to a nice unified system that can be used across all devices. Okay, this is not a new experience, but rather one that I didn't know existed, and I really wanted to highlight it. I mentioned that the more that I travel to Japan, the more of a train otaku I become. So when I read about a special Thomas the Tank Engine train in Shizuoka, I was so excited. So this one is for all of you Thomas the Tank Engine fans. The beloved train is back on its tracks in central Japan, offering an extended journey after repairs to the line following the 2022 typhoon. Families and Thomas and Friends enthusiasts can now enjoy a picturesque 17.7 kilometer ride from Shinkanaya Station to Shimada, Shizuoka Prefecture, to Kawane Onsen Sasamado Station. This 100-minute round trip offers stunning views of the Oi River as a train crosses a bridge. I'm talking about a full-sized Thomas the Tank Engine, which first launched in 2014 and promises an unforgettable experience. This service runs through December the 25th, primarily on weekends with 2 to 3 departures daily. So if you are in the area, you might want to add this super unique experience and create lasting memories with Thomas and Friends. It's okay, it's official now. I am a train otaku. Although Japan may seem to be the land of the rising crowds, I still think that keeping updated and knowing what to expect will help make your trip more memorable and also help you set the right expectations and mitigate for over-tourism. In recent years, Japan has experienced a tourism boom, drawing millions to its stunning landscapes and its cultural treasures. However, this influx has brought challenges, especially during peak seasons. In March 2024, just a few months back, over 3 million visitors flocked to Japan, marking the highest monthly influx since 1964. This surge has drained popular sites and local communities. For example, Kyoto, renowned for its temples and its geisha culture, has been particularly affected. The city now sees more tourists than its local population, leading to crowding and occasional misbehavior. I consider myself a veteran of travel around Japan, and I really do think that Japan travel is changing. Visitors should absolutely visit the popular spots, but when in the past this could have made up 100% of your trip, I now suggest spending less time in the golden triangle of Kyoto, Tokyo and Osaka, but still exploring them, but making sure that you explore less trodden paths. Because by doing so, you can enjoy Japan's beauty whilst helping preserve its cultural and natural heritage, whilst at the same time escape from the land of the rising crowds to a destination you will truly love and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Comment below and subscribe for super support, please. And to keep up to date with more casual content and live streams from the streets of Japan, check out my second channel, The Happy Gaijin. Safe travels, stay positive, and be a happy gaijin. See ya!